Fans are not seeing these things. They're only seeing that, listen, we're not playing the tiki-taka that we were last season. But to be on that, for the substitution to be coming on, understand the exact system to the T and do the things very well. Even better than sometimes the first team players doing. For me, I love that. Because that showed that our depth is not just good in terms of their name. It's not just good in terms of their ability, but they're also good in playing the system the manager wants them to play. What up, what's up guys? Welcome back to Rob's Arsenal Recap. I hope everyone's doing fine. I hope everyone's doing okay. So I've been hearing some whispers in the camp. I've been hearing some fans comparing how we started this season with last season, saying there's a big contrast in terms of the 5-0 win against Sheffield United was just glossing over the fact that we started poor this season comparing to last. And I'm thinking, that can't be right. That can't be right. So that's why I went into the stats, and we're going to get into it right now because I'm just going to be debunking what these fans have been saying. So let's just get into the stats now. So basically, this is the stats now. We see that last season, the top chart shows last season, where Arsenal was on first with 10 games played. We won 9 of those matches, losing 1, right? And we scored 24 goals, conceded 10, having a goal difference of 14, and having 27 points. Now, Manchester City played 10, winning 7, draw 8, lose 1. They lost 1. We haven't lost any yet. And basically scoring 33 goals. That was when Holland was on fire. Holland was on fire for the first 10 matches last season. And basically conceded 10 and a goal difference of 23. Now, this is it where they had 23 points. And you see Tottenham 10. Tottenham played 10. Winning 7, drawing 2, but basically the same as City. Just when it comes down to the goals they scored 22 and conceded the same as us, City, and being 10, and they've got a goal difference of 12, having 23 points. Now, when you take a look at Tottenham, it's like a mirroring of last season for the first 10 matches, but we see that Tottenham didn't finish in the top 3. Tottenham got kicked out the top 3. So what am I saying? Could that be the same thing again? Potentially, right? Because we see that Tottenham can't handle the big league. Tottenham can't handle the pressure like Arsenal and City, right? But let's see what happens to the end of the season. I'm not going to talk too soon, you know what I mean? So right now, Tottenham play 10, winning 8, drawing 2. They haven't lost yet, scoring 22 goals. So it's the same goal they scored at this point last season, 22. And I've been hearing Tottenham fans going over the moon. But so far, they've scored the same amount of goal. Now, I have to give them credit for the fact that they conceded 3 less, because last season they conceded 10 at this point. This season they conceded 7, and I believe it's because of that new defender they've got, a Vander something, I forgot his name, but he's been brilliant for them. So that's why, or the main reason I believe that they've conceded 3 less from last season. So that gave Tottenham a point of 26. Now when you come down to Arsenal, so we've played 10, won 7, draw 3, haven't lost, unbeaten so far, scoring 23, conceding 8. Now comparing to last season we scored 24, one more, but we conceded 2 more. So that's a 3 difference, right? So when you check it, this season we've got a goal difference of 15 already. Last season we had a goal difference of 14. So in terms of goal difference, we're better off, right? In terms of, and we see that most of the time the winner of the league always conceded less. So when you come down to City now, City has played 10, they won 8. They haven't drawn any, but they lost 2, and one of them against us. So this is it that they've got 22 points. So this is it that they scored 22 and conceded 7. So City conceded less than last season, and they're scoring less than last season. So but this is what I'm saying, that potentially we could be in a big chance, because City scored 11 more goals than where they are right now. And I don't hear people talking about this. And potentially it's because they miss Gundogan, they miss Kevin De Bruyne setting up these goals, and they've been grinding out victory. I have to give them that. However, this will make a big difference when it comes down to the end of the season, goal difference. Because last season we were way out of City's league in terms of goal difference, but this season we've been keeping up, or they've been lagging behind, right? Or whatever way you want to look at it. But the fact of the matter, I believe that this season could well come down to goal difference. And if it comes down to it, we're in the running. So far, we're in the running. And for me, I love to see that, because we both have 15 goal difference. We scored 1 more than City and conceded 1 less. So basically, look, Arsenal and Manchester City are in the same goal difference, while Tottenham is on 13. So For me, this is a big sign. So far we're only 3 points compared to last season. That's just a match away, right? So we haven't been clicking yet. Last season we clicked from the get-go. We were smashing it out of the park. We were on it. We were on it from the get-go last season. And we only have 1 goal to show. We only had 1 goal different to show from comparing from last season to this season, and 1 match extra 1. So this is what I'm saying, that we have to ease up. We have to ease up. And that's the thing. We scored 1 more last season compared to this season. But yet still we conceded 3 more last season. This is the thing where we have to take it 1 step at a time. We have to take it 1 game at a time. Conceding 10 last season in the first 10 matches, and now conceded only 8. And now this season we've only conceded 2 more than last season. 2 more. Last season we conceded 10 in the first 10. This season we conceded 8 in the first 10. So we have to take it 1 step at a time, take it 1 game at a time. Hear me out now. Last season we lost 1 match. That's why we lost one of the matches in the first 10. Now this season we haven't lost any match. We draw 3 matches. But we can still continue our unbeaten run. I'm not saying that we're going to go unbeaten for the whole season. I'm not saying that. But the further it goes on, the better it is in terms of the aesthetics, the better it is in terms of the confident, better it is. Just the same to say that so far we're unbeaten in the Premier League. I know Tottenham can say that as well, but I don't think it's going to last for them anytime soon. And once again, I'm not wishing bad for any team. But I'm just saying they're going to do a Spurs here. Get me? Sheffield United had 2 shots. We had 8 on target, and this is what I'm saying. I've been saying this, and I've been saying that from the beginning of the season. I've been saying that, listen, you see, when we started to take more shots, when we starting to get more on target, then obviously we're going to start scoring more goals. It's obvious. And this is one of the biggest shots on target we've amassed throughout the whole season. This is one of the biggest one, and we can see that we scored 5 goals. 5 goals. So obviously this adds up. This metric adds up. So we need to continue that, having the shots on target, and we can potentially get more and more goals. Hopefully sometime this season winning a match 8-0 like Newcastle did, or potentially 10-0. We just need to have lots of shots, and we need to have them on target. So we had a position of 68. We had 659 passes, 90% passing accuracy, 9 foul, and 1 offside. Well, we didn't have much corners in this match, and so not scoring from a corner, I wasn't that upset, because I'm upset when I see we get double-digit corners and not even having one of them scoring. That's when I get upset. Now, this was the formation where we had 2 surprise inclusion, or, well, not 3, because Gabriel Jesus is injured, so we understand why Nketiah start, and very good he is, and that's a very good reason why he start, because he bagged the hat-trick, right? But we see Emil Smith-Rowe and we see Jacob Kivior, and these are the 2 surprises. We see that. I don't know if I believe Mikel Arteta giving Gabriel a rest, but I just don't like to see it. I don't like to see it. Hopefully we can get another right centre back where we can rest William Saliba, because I believe that Gabriel sometimes being the scapegoat, right? In terms of certain performance, fans normally go to, if we have a bad performance, defensive performance, fans always go to Gabriel, and sometimes William Saliba making the mistakes as well. So now resting Gabriel, I understand that, because Kivior needs to come in the team, but I would rather to see Saliba rested, because obviously it's more, for me, it's more important. Saliba is more important, and we still need to give Kivior a run in the team. So, and I believe Kivior is going to be playing on Wednesday against West Ham. So that's why I would give Kivior a run in the team, but I would rather to rest Saliba and have Kivior playing at right centre back, because I believe that Gabriel is more stronger in terms of his physicality. Gabriel is more stronger in terms of is more durable. That's the word. He's more durable. Gabriel is more durable than Saliba. Gabriel hasn't been injured often for Arsenal, but Saliba has been injured a lot. Last season he was injured, the season before, and it's similar to Partey, but he plays more games than Partey, because Partey is always injured at the wrong time of the season when we're playing important matches or big matches, and so is Saliba. Saliba was injured at the end of last season. Potentially that's why we lost the league. And the season before that, it was a bit injured, but it wasn't him that the reason. It was Partey and Kieran Tierney, why we missed out on the 4th place the season before. So these are the stats of Emil Smith-Rowe. He played 73 minutes and he had an XG of 0.38, and he had 1 assist. So absolutely brilliant performance by Emil Smith-Rowe. He had a rating of 7.2. Now this was his first start of the season, and he had a 7.2 rated. For me, that is brilliant. Even though we played against a lesser opponent, for me, his quality is permanent. He still would have played brilliantly, even though we played against a smaller team. If we played against a bigger team, he would have played the same way or even better, because sometimes we strive more against bigger teams. So he had 38 touches, not a lot, but he done well with those touches. He had having a pass success of 25 out of 30. That's 83%. He had one key pass. He had one long ball, one shot on target. Now, he had 5 ground duels. He won 1, but he had 5. Now, when he won, that's why he needs to improve. If he wants to be in a team, he needs to improve in that, because sometimes why Kai Havertz get plays is because he's very good at duels. Ground duels and area duels. So, but I'm not sure, because he's very injury prone. I don't want him to go in challenges and then get injured and then we miss him again. So I'm in two minds, because he needs to start being that aggressive. He needs to start winning duels, because Arteta respect things like that. Arteta love things like that. This is why I've been hearing him saying a lot about Kai Havertz, that he's good in challenges, he's good in duels. So if Smith Rowe want to run in the team, I don't know. He's gonna have to put his body on the firing line, man. You have to risk getting injured and start being more aggressive in terms of duels. But in terms of aerial duels, which I'm so shocked, because he won 2 aerial duels. I'm shocked because this guy is short, right? So he had 3 aerial duels and he won 2 of them. So that's not a bad performance for Smith Rowe. And this is Jakub Kiwior now. Jakub Kiwior played 90 minutes, 75 out of 84 passes at an 89%. And I see that he tried to do some Gabriel passes, which he tried to pass in the final third. And you can see that final third passes, he had 12 final third passes. And it's reminiscent of Gabriel. When Gabriel was in the team, he's the one that look out for the forward passes, not Saliba. Saliba mostly clean up, do short passes. Few times Saliba goes direct in the middle, but Gabriel don't go to the middle. Gabriel always tries to go further. He tries to hit the striker, or hit the ball over the top for the striker or the left winger to run onto it. But Saliba always goes short, like piercing the ball through midfield on the floor. But Gabriel most of the time goes over the top. So that's the same thing we see Kiwior done, because Kiwior had 6 out of 10 long ball success. So he had 10 long balls. So out of those 12 final third passes, 10 of them were long balls. So that's what I'm saying. That's the same way Gabriel plays. So that shows you that, once again, it's not the player, it's the system. Whoever plays in that left centre back role, Arteta's gonna demand that from them. And I understand, because Zinchenko invert in midfield, so Zinchenko is gonna play right in front of Kiwior. So there's no point passing to Zinchenko, because Zinchenko is gonna draw one of their midfielder. If Zinchenko go in midfield for us, then one of their midfielders is gonna come to close down Zinchenko, and then Kiwior can hit the ball over that midfielder that should be in that position and get to the striker, and basically the striker will have a one-on-one. Even if he miscontrols it, the midfielder won't be there to clean up, because he's going to be there marking Zinchenko. So that's a brilliant system, brilliant formation by Arteta. I was shocked and surprised when I see basically the brilliance in that tactical play by Arteta. Because it's as I said, it's a system. I've seen Gabriel. I've showed the stats of Gabriel been doing it from all season. He's been doing it, even from last season. Been doing it, and now Kiwior came in and done the same thing, playing in the same position. He had 1 header clearance and 1 recovery. Now this is another stat that I was like, wow. Now, if you can, these are the best players on both teams in the match, and you can see it's only Arsenal. There's only one Gustavo Hammer, and that's in the 4th position. He came 14th in both teams. So basically, we had an old squad out there that's better than Sheffield United's best player. So their best player was at a rating of 6.9, and we had 13 players above him. That shows you that, and this is the thing, that this is the most one-sided match I've seen this season, because even when we beat PSV, you see that PSV had some players in the top 5, at least one player in the top 5. They had about 2 players in the top 10. But we see that in the top 14, not even one player in the top 13 against us. And I'm saying that, man, they're poor. They were absolutely poor. They were dreadful. And this shows it that we had 13 players above their best player. Man, David Raya was above them. El Neni came on. El Neni came on and was above them. Smith Rowe was above them. Zinchenko, Vieira came on and was above them. Man, that's shocking for them. No wonder why they're in the bottom of the league. Now, this stat shows basically the one on the left shows how we set up before the substitution. We saw Saka and Martinelli was more advanced, right? They were playing advanced, and Nketiah was dropping into midfield, basically causing an overload with Emil Smith Rowe beside him and Kai Havertz basically playing a three behind Saka and Martinelli, and that's an average position. So most times in the match, this was our progressive system going forward, right? Nothing changes at the back. We see now Declan Rice is in the position that Jorginho normally plays when he was playing for us. Normally Declan Rice is normally in the middle or on the left hand side, even though Zinchenko inverted into midfield. So we see Zinchenko playing higher and joining most of the time in attack. We see Zinchenko done a few runs inside the box. To me, that's the Xhaka run. I call it the Xhaka run for us, yeah. And Zinchenko done it twice, but it wasn't as successful. Even Tomiyasu was a bit successful because against City, he was the one that ran in the box and caused an overload, confusing City defenders because they're not expecting a left back to be inside their box, right? And Tomiyasu entering the ball to Kai Havertz, passing off to Martinelli having a shot and scoring. So that's what I'm saying. Arteta is playing system, and all these the substitutes are understanding how to play in the system, because if the first team comes off and the second team player or the player that's warming the bench comes on, then he knows exactly how to play, exactly what to do. And I love to see it because fans are not seeing these things. They're only seeing that, listen, we're not playing the tiki-taka that we were last season. But to be on that, for the substitution to be coming on, understand the exact system to the T and do the things very well. Even better than sometimes the first team players doing. For me, I love that. Because that showed that our depth is not just good in terms of their name. It's not just good in terms of their ability, but they're also good in playing the system the manager wants them to play. So I love to see that. Now, in the second half, when the substitution came off, we see Kai Havertz start playing further forward. Reece Nelson came on, and I thought that Reece Nelson would be more attacking, but in the average position, Reece Nelson was behind Kai Havertz and in front Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu switched over to the right hand side when Arteta took off Ben White. Now we see El Neni came on and start playing that. I don't mind El Neni because El Neni has been a loyal servant for us. So. And this wasn't a high stake match, so I don't mind Lenny, my team. But from next year, we need another centre mid, potentially two, because I can't with Partey. I can't keep relying on Partey. We can't keep relying on Partey because Partey is gonna keep letting us down, especially against bigger teams in important matches. So we need someone, even if it's a younger player. Now I see us getting linked with Zubamendi a lot. Now I'm gonna do an analysis on him. I'm gonna do a scouting on him very soon. So and we see Fabio Vieira came on, and Trossard. Oh my gosh, Trossard. When he came on, he's starting to basically take the game to the. Trossard looked like Alexander Hleb. If you can remember Alexander Hleb for Arsenal, you know that what I'm talking about with Trossard. You see, when we didn't win that Champions League, what broke my heart is the fact that we lost that. I think it was a scam. By the way, what we got beaten by Barcelona, I think it was a scam. The Champions League final. But what broke my heart. So after that, Hleb left us and went straight to Barcelona, and that broke my heart because Barcelona literally beat us, the Champions League final, and then after that you're going straight to the team that beat. That's no loyalty. And now he's saying that he regrets it. That's the worst thing. Now he's saying that he regrets going to Barcelona. And if he had stayed with the team, we could have won it next season because we had the same ability, the same quality, and more experience. But he went to Barcelona, didn't even get a chance in the team. They just throw him to the curb. It was Arsene Wenger that drew the best out of Hleb, and he didn't understand it. And that's when the decline started for Arsenal, because we started to lose Nasri, we lost Clichy, we started to lose all our big players. A few seasons, and season after season, we started to lose our big players. We lose Song, then we started to lose everyone. But it started off with Hleb. I remember Hleb broke my heart, and now we got Trossard, which is a new, improved Hleb. Well, I'm not even going to take the liberty with Hleb, man. Hleb. And I'm not taking liberty with Trossard either, but Hleb was on a different level. Hleb was probably my favourite player at that time, Hleb. Because he's so silky, so smooth. I've never seen Hleb had a bad match for Arsenal. Never. I don't know, perhaps you can remind, but I've never seen. But I've seen Trossard have a few bad moments. So this is what I'm saying. But he played just like Hleb. And he has the potential to be even better because Hleb, well, they was of similar age, but Yes, he can be better than Hleb. He can be better if he applies himself. So that's the video there and then, guys. These are the myth that these Arsenal fans keep talking about. That listen, oh, last season was better than this season. The fact shows you that, yeah, last season was better in terms of 3 points, but yes, still we're unbeaten this season. We couldn't have said that last season. And yes, still this season we score. This season we're leading by 1 goal different, right? We're leading last season's score tally, or we're leading last season's defensive tally. Also, if you want to put it, the goal difference tally by 1. And this is it, that last season City was behind us, and we had we right now we're in a better position than City were last season. So what do you think is going to happen? It's going to come down to the wire. You see how City came behind us and overtook us. It's in the same way we're going to do to Tottenham. We're going to kick them to the curb. And the second place won the league last season for majority of the season. The second, City was in second for majority of the season because we were in first place for the majority of the season. Now let Tottenham have it. Let Tottenham have it. Because we're going to hunt them down. We're going to hunt them down and sniper them like City done to us last season. This is what we're going to do to Tottenham this season. So hope you like the video. Make sure you smash the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And catch you in the next video. Goodbye.